So if you look at this guy who's going crazy, I've given you guys two pictures. One of this page in this example, which is about a girl who loses her voice right before a big oral performance that she does for a show, kind of like on Broadway. And then the other example is of the boy who gets a massive pimple right before his big date. These are two examples of short-term stress and short-term occurrence. So I'd like you guys to give an example in your Flipgrid this week of what is some short-term stress that you've experienced. Now, in terms of long-term stress, you'll notice I also attached a picture of this bad boy right here, which kind of shows how when we initially experience stress and it affects our behaviors, usually there's when stress occurs, where we have this period of intense alarm and reaction. We're like super excited. We've got tons of like our hormones are flowing, right? And then we can sustain that into phase 2, which is where we cope. Okay, and you'll notice we cope for this whole big arc. Okay, so this is like, oh my gosh, coronavirus shuts everything down. There's a little dip in our like enthusiasm and stuff, but then we're like, okay, cool, and we're living the coronavirus, living the corona life. And now that we've been stuck here, I think that a lot of society is moving into phase 3, which is this exhaustion phase, which is where you're just depleted from being stressed out all the time, from wearing the masks, washing your hands, doing the Germ-X, not being able to go back to your daily routine is really starting to have a long-term effect. So my second question is, what phase are you in? Are you in phase 1 where you're like, man, this is still like top of the mind, you're still on edge? Are you in phase 2 where you're just kind of in the long-term, like doing everything I can, we're going solid, or are you actually falling off into exhaustion where you're just kind of sick and tired of it all? So where are you at in terms of stress? Because there's short-term stresses, got a pimple, lost my voice, short-term events and occurrences. A lot of times I can remember athletes throw up before they even do competition because they're just so nervous. But it all depends, short-term or long-term. All right, thanks guys.